G'day ladies and gentlemen, the Butts Barn here, and fat acceptance has taken over the globe. People are consistently trying to convince, I don't know, themselves or the general community that they are absolutely happy, stoked, and just fucking through the roof, and probably the floor, with their own bodies.
We're gonna normalize some tummies today. So my stomach looks like this. My stomach also looks like this, you know? Both ways. When I sit, my stomach looks like this.
And they absolutely refuse. They deny. They will not listen to any advice that changing their lifestyles and changing their body shape may in fact help them live a long and healthy life.
Stop telling fat people about diets. We know what they are. We've been on all of them. We are the result of toxic diet culture.
And then there's some people who have absolutely no fucking clue what they're talking about.
I am the classic apple shape right here, bitches. You see that little mug? That is all me, bitch. That is my gut.
For some disastrous reason, it is now beneficial for people. They get victimhood points if they do not work upon themselves. They don't try and fix things, they just accept them for how they are and in fact get worse. People right now invest hours, days, weeks, and years into becoming a professional victim, and that is fucked up. Right now, in the modern world, victimhood status is more important than your education or your social status. That is what gives you points in the social media world on Twitter and Instagram. The more of a victim you are, the cooler you are. And it is nothing short than a self-entitled failure on your own psyche. It is weak shit. Your life is yours. Don't give up on yourself. For fuck's sake, I cannot stress that enough. Stop giving up on yourself. And that is exactly what the fat acceptance movement is based upon, giving up. There are some things in life that you cannot change, and weight is not one of them. Health is not one of them. Like, listen, I've got epilepsy. It affects me every single day. I have to take medication for it, all right? That's why I'm still allowed to drive and shit like that. But do I just sit down every day and go, oh my God, my life's fucked, I give up? No, you keep moving, you work out a way to try and make your life better. The best it can possibly be with all the barriers that you have been given with this roll of the dice that is biology. If you believe fat is beautiful, laziness is beautiful, you are lying to yourself. It is a fucking lie, ladies and gentlemen. Take, for example, this. The fact activist Charlotte Cooper. She is a lady who is quite large, I'm sure she won't mind me saying. And her claim to fame was she hates the fucking Olympics because it celebrates fitness. Yeah. And she held the very first Fat Olympics of all time.
You can't fit right in.
This is where we held the Fat Olympics in 2012. These are the torches we paraded, and this is where we did a mass show of disrespect to the Olympics.
When the weather is sunny, you can show off your tummy. It's great to be so.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if that doesn't fire you up to sit down on that lazy boy with your big fat ass and watch Netflix for the next 18 months, eating 10,000 calories a day, smashing every Domino's pizza known to man, then perhaps this will. Fat yoga.
Don't have to be the stereotypical skinny girl. That's usually what people think who yoga is for.
Hey, stop! There'll be no beached whale jokes on my fucking video, you dirty scum. Grow up! Jesus! No, I'm not gonna say it. But you're all thinking it, so you're bad person, not me. Good person.
27-year-old Valerie Sagan might not look like your average poster girl for fitness.
I can't imagine why. She looks so brave, so healthy, so lovely, so radiant. What a great image for young women to aspire to.
But she's dazzling her 30,000 Instagram followers with gravity-defying yoga poses.
That's very impressive, and I certainly can't do that. But you shouldn't be the size you are. I'm sorry, I know that's horrible to say, and this is coming from someone who was drastically fat back in the day and still has some kilos to lose from last year's tour. You shouldn't be that size, not because of, you know, social pressure, not because of comments on Instagram, but because it will put you in an early grave, and that's fucking horrible. But it's not just yoga, it's also pole dancing. Yes, I just spewed my mouth a little bit, but here's the pole dancing clip.
Ida Marbury is turning her life around, one spin on the pole at a time.
So just whatever?
Just 2 years ago, she couldn't bear to look in the mirror, but now she's an internet sensation, inspiring thousands around the world.
First of all, doing pole dance for fitness is like giving hand jobs to work on your tricep strength, okay? There are less slutty ways to do it. but you will get the job done. But secondly, she is also losing weight from doing this, which is just wonderful for her, and I hope she continues to do that. Unfortunately, we have seen in the past, like the reaction to Adele from her community of fans who were overweight. They were unhappy when she lost weight because all of a sudden they couldn't relate to her anymore and she was being fat phobic. You can't win in any of these situations. You will not win. But here's why I made this video. A group of fat activist researchers have decided to open the door for fat people everywhere and create something called fat bodybuilding.
Yep, hold. Oh. And down. Good girl. Come on, girl. Hold it. Down. Yeah. Excellent.
They demanded, in all of these peer-reviewed research papers, whilst fat activism has disrupted many dominant discourses that casually contribute to the negative judgments about fat bodies, it has not yet penetrated the realm of competitive bodybuilding. Yes, they are suggesting that fat people should be in bodybuilding competitions. I continue. The author introduces fat bodybuilding as a means of challenging the prevailing assumptions of maximally fat exclusionary cultures, sports, whilst raising fundamentally ontological questions about what it means to build a body. Specifically, he advocates for a new classification within bodybuilding termed fat bodybuilding, as a fat, inclusive, politicized performance about a new culture to be embedded within bodybuilding. In everyday speaks, they want it to be natural bodybuilding, steroid bodybuilding, obese fat fucks bodybuilding. But here's the beautiful thing about all this, about this entire video. That paper was fake. That research paper that was scientifically reviewed by people within this fat activism field and fat studies and all that bullshit into the social justice educational department systems. It was faked. It wasn't real. It was bullshit. It was a joke.
We got you. Not a chance. Not this time. It never happened.
3 scholars, James Lindsay, Helen Puckrose, and Peter Boghossian, wrote 20 fake papers using fashionable jargon to argue for ridiculous conclusions and try to get them placed in high-profile journals in fields including gender studies, queer studies, and fat studies. They succeeded, and some of them included, and this was my absolute favourite one, but it was a bit difficult to make a video on this, human reactions to rape culture and queer performativity at urban dog parks. Raising the question, do dogs suffer oppression based on their perceived gender? That's hilarious, fucking hilarious. The other paper was Our Struggle is My Struggle. Solidarity Feminism as an intersectional reply to neoliberal and choice feminism. Fuck me dead. The second portion of the paper, the whole thing, was rewritten from a chapter of Mein Kampf. If you're not familiar with Mein Kampf, it's Hitler's autobiography. Amongst others, I first saw this on Joe Rogan's podcast about 18 months ago, and it has just grown from there. But the reason I bring this up today is because since then, nothing has changed. There are still people out there who argue points based on scientific research, which we have seen, and it is proven, can be absolute horse shit. Can be put forward by people as a joke and still gets in these papers because they hit the right politicized points. And that is fucking garbage, and that is what a lot of people are basing their points upon. Day in and day out on the internet, we encounter pseudo-intellectuals who are basically basing their entire subjective arguments upon things that often are bullshit. That is just the honest truth. And all of this backs up the century-old adage, do not believe what you read. Just because it is a peer-reviewed journal, go and look at it yourself. Don't just believe everything you hear, because I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot of bullshit out there that you don't know about, that I don't know about, but one day we will find out about it. Ladies and gentlemen, be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Be dick stinks. Keep it moist. Fuck you to the moon. These t-shirts are about to be back in stock. Fucking good on me. Toodaloo, au revoir. Oh, and good luck with your fat bodybuilding. Bye.